Manuel here, aka Coach Moose, Whole Life Manifesto. Pretty remarkable that we've started to commit to this 30 minutes a day for 30, 60, quite frankly, a lifetime. This 30-minute-a-day ritual is built on the compound effect. Of course, we have 15 minutes of activity, consistent movement, really focusing on getting it to a level of intensity that's really beneficial. We also have 5 minutes of mindfulness, meditation, call it what you will, but that opportunity to take stock on yourself and really focus on relaxing and being in the moment. And then we have that 10-minute piece that's all about personal development and improving ourselves, not only psychologically, physically, emotionally, but just all out wanting to be better than we were yesterday. The compound effect, 10 minutes a day. What does that really look like if we extrapolate it out? Well, in a week, that would turn into 70 minutes. You do that in a month, we have 300 minutes or 5 hours. You were to consistently do that for a full year, you'll have 2.5 days of personal development after 12 months. When I look at most people, we get stuck in our lives into our constant routine of waking up, breakfast, driving to work, working, coming home from work, feeling tired, low energy based on some of the choices we made throughout the day that didn't support the level of activity that we required. And then we, sit down in front of the TV. No movement, not feeding that mind, not feeding the body, not feeding the soul. That's where personal development comes in. I'm going to share with you a few titles of a few books that have really been impactful in my own life and my own personal journey over the last 38 years. Yes, 38 years. Wow, time flies, man. But my first one that really this had mass impact for me was Darren Hardy's Compound Effect. Compound Effect is really just what my program is largely based on. It is daily small commitments to yourself. And this can be either positive or negative. So realize the compound effect can benefit your life in a very positive way and improve you in ways that you never thought possible, at least not without that consistent commitment. But it also can affect you negatively. Example, and this is not to be down on wine, but let's just say that you like to indulge in a glass or two extra of wine per day. We'll go with one, for this example, let's just go with 1 glass of wine a day. That's about 150 calories. If that was 150 calories above and beyond what your body requires, and it's what your metabolism requires for you to do the things that you do in a day, so we're overextending our calories, and we did that every day for a full year. Okay, 1 glass of wine seems harmless, but we did that for a full year. That would translate anywhere between 8 to 14 pounds of weight gain. And I say there's a difference there again, and there's a big swing, but on average, you'll see people gain about 10 pounds per year with just an extra 150 calories a day. Seems insignificant at the time, at the day, at the moment, but when you extrapolate it over a year, huge. Another one of the titles I like to recommend is Good to Great, Jim Collins. Great book. His whole premise of the book is the one thing preventing us from being great in all aspects of our lives is being satisfied that good is enough. Good isn't enough. You're settling for less, people. It's being happy with what you got. Don't get me wrong, that's a great thing. But don't you want to strive to be better? I don't know. At least that's me. And if it's not you, that's okay. But once you have a taste of greatness, I think you'll like it in whatever aspect of your life. So Good to Great, Jim Collins, another good book. This is one that my wife actually, Christy, turned me on to, was The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And again, it's another great book, but it's that whole idea of doing just a little bit more, trying to keep yourself ahead of the pack, constantly be changing and growing and improving, having that slight edge, you know. It's great. This one I talk about a lot in my blog and a lot of the public speaking that I do. And it's Simon Sinek's Start With Why. You'll know that I refer to as TED Talk quite frequently. It's very powerful. It's one of the top 5 most viewed TED Talks of all time. And the whole premise of the book is getting really in line with what you do in life as it relates to your passion, your purpose, your joie de vivre, that reason that you get out of bed with such emphasis every morning. when you're doing something that's in line with what you believe and what you want to do most in life, it just makes everything way brighter. The tastes are stronger, and, the lights are brighter, colors are popping, just things are happening. So start with why. I highly recommend it. It made a big change in my life 4 or 5 years ago when I was introduced to it. And then lastly, this isn't really a personal development book per se, but some of you might be familiar with Mitch Albom's work. He's written for The New Yorker. He's written for a lot of fantastic publications. One of his breakaway books was Tuesdays with Maury. And Maury was someone that he respected greatly in life, learned a lot from. He was a life mentor, and I think all of us have those people in our lives. Mitch had an opportunity to connect with his mentor, Maury, and he would meet with him every Tuesday, and Maury was very sick, and he was passing away. And so this book is a collection of conversations and experiences that he shared with Maury, these Tuesdays with Maury. And when it talked about putting life into perspective and really taking stock of what matters to you most, from a personal development standpoint, I think it's very important. You'll hear me reference that in the mindfulness and meditation bits, your 5-minute ritual daily as well. But it's a fantastic book, and it just shifts your perspective into really wondering, well, what is life all about, And I don't know, it's that Socratic nature in me, always asking questions. Why? Drives some people nuts. But hey, I'm curious. I'm just curious. Can't begrudge me for that. Anyways, good luck. Enjoy it. Please write to me, tweet me, message me, text me, whatever. Let me know any titles that have been influential in your own life and your own personal development. I would love to share it within the community, as I invite you to as well.